Hi, my name is Nehemiah. I'm a veteran and a pacifist. I create performance projects, art projects for peace with my team. We call it the Beat for Peace projects, whether or not it's in Clearwater, down in New York City, or traveling abroad. We create projects that engages people in a critical conversation about the cost of war and its impact on society. And in the fall of 2012 at the River Garden in Brattleboro, Vermont, with the support of the Vermont Community Foundation and the Grace Cares, we brought together a project that had the 100 Flowers of Peace. It had peace umbrellas in the rain of peace. We had soldiers returning home from war. The art projects and also this project. It's called What is the Cost of War? There at the River Garden with our volunteers, we brought together children, people from all different walks of life, conservative, liberals, Democrats, Republicans. And this simple question, what do we spend on war? What is the cost of war and its impact on society, both on a dollar and cents level as well as a personal level? We have these various cards around the community. A Tomahawk missile costs $1.4 million, which equals 28 college scholarships.
My name is Michael Gigante. I live here in Brattleboro, and I attended and I helped set up the installation of the Cost of War project in Brattleboro. I was actually quite amazed at the beauty of the installation and the magnitude of it. It was quite. There was an enormity to it. And as people were walking into the River Garden, which is a beautiful spot to begin with, they were just kind of, amazed at what they were seeing, because there were art installations all around them, up above and in front. And people were quite amazed. And as people walked in, they could write down how the cost of war affected them. And they would write down on these little cards what affected them and how it hit them personally, and it raised consciousness, it raised people awareness about the cost of war and the cost of killing people overseas, and the enormity of the money that could be used for better purposes, like educating our youth and helping those in need, and putting it to humanitarian purposes rather than killing people for profit, what it's all about.
Hi, I'm Ruth Farnsworth, and I'm grateful to be sitting here with Dr. Nehemiah today. And I've done a lot of work with him on the peace movements. And one of the things that makes me really proud is that I also did my time in the military. I served 11 years in the Army, and I was a sergeant, and I also was a medic, 91B. But today, when you look at the cost of war and what's happening, the soldiers being killed, the wounded that their lives will have to be paid for the rest of our lives, their lives. And when we stop and think about right here, just alone, equipment for Land Warrior gear, $30,000. And then over here, another tag that we did up with the ship, the frigate, $7 billion. And when you think of the money that we are putting into this, and today, just the equipment and just think about the uniforms and think about everything that goes into this. Yes, it was a great pride to serve for the military, but today, when we look at what it's costing and the soldiers, and sometimes even the useless battles. Vietnam was never called a war, and think of the soldiers that were killed. But today, think of what we can do to help stop this.
Hi, I'm Phyllis Gigante, and I helped Tom and Zoe, and this was a wonderful, wonderful thing that they did. I worked with children. I've worked with children, and I've worked in a school for 30 years, so children are my main priority. I found that when I asked them a question, I had a table with drawing paper and pencils and pens and markers, and I said to them, what do you think peace is? And the pictures that these children drew were amazing. They were just amazing. What they thought peace was: family and friends and playing, and hearts and rainbows. And they drew all these pictures and we hung them on the wall. And I asked them what the pictures meant to them. And they would tell me that family, peace is love, peace is like rainbows. And I thought to myself, we're spending all this money on guns and fighting when we should be cultivating this love and these children, educating them and showing them that they have the right idea. If we just listen to the children, maybe we can get something done.
The Cost of War Project. This is a vital conversation we need to have. Why, as Americans, are we spending between $1 to $1.5 trillion annually on the military when we have so much need here in this country for education, health care, and for the care of veterans? The care of veterans now is a disaster. And in the Cost of War Project, we bring people together in this vital conversation. What is the cost of war? What is its impact on society?